Good morning. Welcome to the Drayway. I'm so happy you're here. We got a big show for you. It's going to get messy, so don't go anywhere. Let's go. Hey, welcome to the Drayway. Welcome to 2025. And 2025 has come in with a boom, hasn't it? Yeah, I think we all have heard the news now about what has taken place in New Orleans with the mass murder, with the guy using a truck to unalive, I think 15 people is now the count, with some 35 people injured. And here we find out that this awful act, this terrorist, if you will, is from Texas. Yeah, he's from Texas. He's not from a foreign country. He's not from from Mexico or from, Indonesia or Iran, or he's from Texas. Yeah, the terrorist is from Texas. And now I know they have found an ISIS material flag perhaps on the back of the truck, but didn't he rent the truck? And how do we know if he put that on there? I think he rented the truck, so maybe it was on there all the time. Who knows? But what we do know is the terrorist is from Texas. So who thought that terrorism came out of Texas? But that's apparently where it came from. It came from Texas. And we need to understand that here the terrorist came from Texas, drove to Louisiana for some reason, and apparently just wanted to find an area where he could find the most people and do the most damage. A complete cowardly act. And and here we also know, I guess we found out today, that he has been serving in the military. I guess he served for 10 years. And I saw a video last night, and I guess what's also true is he was a real estate agent. Yeah, he was a real estate agent that bragged about, hey, I fight for my clients. I can get you the very best deal. Yeah, I've heard that from a lot of real estate agents. But the minute I heard he was a real estate agent, I stopped and went, wait a minute. If he's a real estate agent, and if this ISIS flag has anything to do with him, now I have to wonder about all the people that he put into houses in Texas. Are you wondering the same thing? I mean, because if he has an ISIS connection in any way, I feel kind of weird about anybody that he put into housing here in America. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I just think as we find out more information on this guy, like that he was a real estate agent, and that he, is from Texas, and committing this horrific act, and these poor people. I mean, these people were just trying to celebrate the new year, and now they're not going to see the rest of the year. And I feel so bad for their families and everything else. It's just the whole thing is just terrible. And then to add on to that, of terrible things that have taken place, now I guess they're suspecting that the Cybertruck that pulled up in front of Trump International here in Las Vegas, perhaps it looks like was exploded on purpose. And I guess the person in the truck, I guess, was ex-military. I guess we'll find that out soon too. But to make matters worse, I guess in New York at a club, 4 young teenagers, young people in their 18, 19, 20 years old, 4 of them opened fired on a club and just started shooting people. Yeah. So it just 2025 is what? 2 days old? 2 days old. And yeah, here I am sitting here on the beginning of the show having to talk about this. And yeah, all I can say is get ready for 2025, because it's going to be a heck of a year. Like and follow. Let me know what you think. I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think? What are your thoughts about the terrorists coming from Texas? Yeah, here. At first I heard reports because of the president. Trump said something about, oh, look, this is why, immigrants are so dangerous. He's not an immigrant. He's from Texas. So I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. We have a lot more show to go. We have a lot more things to talk about. Stay right there. Yesterday I talked about it, but today I'm going to be a little bit more specific with what's going on, because I don't think people really are listening or understand what the current situation is in our housing market. And when I say in our housing market, there are millions, listen to what I'm saying with the M word, millions of households that are behind on their mortgage payment. Yeah, they're behind on their mortgage payment. And when you're behind on your mortgage payment, it tells me that your dollars are really tight. And any slight push, any slight, a blown tire, getting laid off the job, an unexpected medical expense, any small thing happens, and this situation could be greatly exasperated when you have millions of people teetering. And I bring this up because here we have in 20 days, at 19 days, 18 days, I think it's 18, but in 18 days, Trump takes office, and he is telling us right to our face, I'm going to do tariffs, and I'm going to deport, undocumented workers. I'm going to deport people all across America. I'm going to do those two things. Those two things, if he does what he says he's going to do, is going to absolutely devastate the economy. And a lot of those people that are teetering, and we're talking about millions, because right now, I don't think you guys know this. I don't think you guys know this, but right now, there are more new homes sitting empty than any time all the way, you would have to go all the way back to 2009. 2009. Do you remember what things were like in 2009? Yeah, that's what new home inventory is at right now. How scary is that? And if it's not scary, it really, really should be. It really, really should be. Because the housing market right now is teetering on the brink. It's teetering on the brink. And here, the economy has been coming back slowly but steady. And now, instead of having somebody like Joe Biden in the office that's saying, hey, let's keep things going, you're going to have someone come in the office that let's forget about everything and do it like this and like this and like this. And it could completely upset the balance, and I think it will. And I think it's going to cause a huge recession, especially if he does what he says he's going to do. Tariffs, extremely inflationary. Getting rid of valuable workers that are inexpensive workers, and they have to be replaced with more expensive workers. What do you think's going to happen? Prices are going to go higher. Prices are going to go up. And you're like, oh, Drayton, it's 2025. Chill out. I'm trying to chill out. Believe me, I'm trying to. But you have to be realistic with what is coming. And you have to know that right now, you have to understand how many people bought a house thinking that it would be okay to use up 40% of their income just for their house payment. How many millions of people are in and around that average, where 40% of their income goes just to their house? That's not sustainable. That's not, you can't make it on that, especially since things continue to get more expensive. And a lot of those people that bought under that guise 2 and 3 and 4 years ago, things have changed and they simply can't afford those houses anymore. So this situation is only going to get a lot worse, because now new home inventory is soaring People are unable to sell their homes, and that's not even to talk about how many people right now would love to sell their house and move. You know, they bought, they thought they were going to stay there. Now they don't want to be there, and now they want to move back. And whew, I'm telling you right now, 2025 is going to be really, really interesting. And I'm going to be right here for it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 100,000 and I need your help. Thanks for being here at the Drayway. We have more to come. Stay right there. I have a final thought. In 2025 here, we are on the brink of AI. And I've talked about AI a little bit. But the more I experience AI, the more, now I have, in the morning time, I have conversations with ChatGPT. We just sit and have chats. And I ask them about this, that, the other thing. What do you think about this? How could I best do that? It's amazing. The answers that are provided, the detail that you can get. And that's just from one AI prompt. You know, there are other prompts that you can put into AI that are more detailed, and the response that you get can be as detailed as you want. But that's just ChatGPT. There's so many others that do specific things. And now what we're seeing in 2025 and what we're going to see in 2025 is the AI boom. 2025 will be the year of the AI boom. And what that means is a lot of companies don't need web designers. They don't need people to, if you do graphic design work, AI does it just as well, maybe even better in some cases. But there are so many things AI can just do now where a lot of people aren't going to be needed over the next year or two. There's going to be a lot of people being replaced at their jobs by AI. So I bring this up because if they're being replaced by AI, if they're losing jobs, where do those people go? What do they do for work now? Because AI is going to replace so many people at so many jobs, especially jobs that we thought were creative and that you had to have a creative person behind. You should see some of the things that AI can do with, you want to build a website? AI can do it in seconds. You want a new logo? AI can do it in seconds. You want a complete story for your newsletter? AI can do it in seconds. It just goes on and on and on. And you can sit there and say time and time again, AI can do it in seconds. AI can do it in seconds. And that's scary. But that more than anything else, I want you to understand that is what's coming in 2025. Now, what can you do to be prepared for 2025? I think 2025 and 2026 are going to continue to be highly inflationary. So if I was just strictly talking about investment, because a lot of you are asking me, hey, what are you doing with stocks? What are you doing with real estate? What are you doing with this, with that? I'm not investing in real estate at all. I don't think real estate is the place to be at all. Not commercially, not residentially. I don't think it's the place to be at all. The other thing is I would be very careful in also investing in anything that has to do with automobiles, because as strange as, I'm going to say something that I think is kind of off the wall, but when you stop and think about it, over the next few years, what do you need a car for? Seriously, what do you need a car for? Because, and now think about it, especially if, how many people have at least $1,000 car payment, or at least an $800 car payment. There are millions of people that have $800 to $1,000 car payments. And my thought would be, why are you doing that? Because you have to have some place to keep the car, you have to insure the car, and you have to pay for the car, and you have to maintain the car. Why are you doing that? when you can literally just Uber everywhere. You know, you can just modify your life a little bit and just have Uber and probably spend the same money or less and be driven everywhere and not have the burden of having to take care of an automobile, insure it, and maintain it. Because now you can literally have, with Amazon, you can have everything delivered to your house. And when you do need to go somewhere, you can just have Uber take you. So yeah, I think we're in for a lot of changes in 2025. And I'm glad you're going to be here with me. I'm glad you're here on the Drayway. I really appreciate you being here. Thanks for a fantastic 2024. I can't wait to do more videos in 2025. And I plan on keeping you up to date on everything new and exciting in 2025. Like tomorrow, there's a new Drayway every day. Tomorrow, I'll be talking about my personal journey and what I'm doing to live a healthier life in 2025. I'll be talking about that tomorrow. So please come back. Thanks for joining me on the Drayway. We'll see you again tomorrow. And remember, there's a new Drayway every day. Have a good day, everybody.